walk into the kitchen and find a soggy toy mouse floating in your cat's water bowl. Again, you fish it out, dry it off, toss it back onto the floor. Tomorrow morning, it is back in the bowl. Sometimes there are two. Once you found 3 toys and a hair tie arranged in the water with what felt like deliberate intention. You have laughed about it. You have posted it online. You have accepted it as one of those unexplainable cat things and moved on without ever really asking what is actually happening. What is actually happening is one of the most direct windows into your cat's wild ancestry that you will see in your living room. This behavior has a name, a biological function, and a history that goes back millions of years before your cat ever set eyes on a plastic mouse toy or a ceramic water bowl. And once you understand it, you will never look at that soggy toy the same way again. Start with what the behavior actually is, because most people have the mechanism wrong before they even start thinking about the reason. Your cat is not playing with its water bowl. What your cat is doing has a specific name in animal behavior research. It is called caching, and it is one of the oldest food management strategies in the predatory mammal playbook. Caching is the practice of storing prey after a kill in a location that preserves it and protects it from competitors. Leopards carry kills into trees. Foxes bury food in the ground. Many bird species wedge prey into bark crevices. The specific location chosen is not random. It is selected for 2 properties above all others. It should be difficult for competitors to access, and it should slow the decay of the stored food. Water, it turns out, satisfies both of these criteria in the logic of a wild predatory cat. A prey item stored in or near water is less accessible to many scavengers that prefer dry terrain, and cool water slows bacterial growth and decomposition, preserving the kill for longer than leaving it exposed on dry ground would. Your cat is running this same program with its toys because its nervous system has categorized those toys as prey. Not consciously, not in any way your cat could articulate if it could talk, but at the level of instinct where the toy mouse registers as a caught animal and the water bowl registers as the nearest available caching location. The behavior is completely coherent from inside your cat's evolutionary framework. It only looks strange from inside yours. If your cat does this regularly, drop a comment below and tell me what it has put in the bowl. I want to know the strangest item anyone has found. The second layer explains why it is always the water bowl specifically, and not some other location in the house. Cats in the wild do not cache prey in arbitrary spots. They select locations with specific properties. And water is one of the most reliable of those locations for the reasons already described. A dry floor looks the same everywhere. Water has a distinctive smell, a reflective surface, a temperature and sound profile that makes it immediately locatable by a returning animal. Your cat's water bowl is the only body of water in its territory. It is permanent, consistently located, and distinguishable from every other surface in the home by multiple sensory channels simultaneously. Your cat is not choosing the bowl because it is water specifically. It is choosing the bowl because it is the most reliably findable location in its range. This is also why cats that have access to multiple water sources sometimes distribute toys between them. They are using the full range of available caching sites the way a wild cat would distribute kills across its territory to avoid losing everything to a single competitor discovery. The third piece involves the hunting sequence, and it explains something about the timing of when this behavior happens. Cats hunt in a specific behavioral sequence that does not end at the kill. The complete sequence runs stalk, chase, catch, kill, carry, cache, and consume. Each stage releases different neurochemicals and produces different behavioral outputs. A cat that has gone through the full sequence to the kill and carry stages but does not consume the prey immediately because it is not hungry, because it is a toy and consumption is not possible, has an instinctive pressure to complete the sequence by caching. The toy goes in the bowl not as a random act, but as the completion of a behavioral program that started when your cat began stalking that toy across the kitchen floor. Your cat hunted, caught, carried, and cached. It did everything the sequence required. The fact that the prey was plastic and the cache site is a ceramic water dish is an environmental substitution your cat's instincts have made made without any difficulty. This is also why the behavior intensifies during high activity periods, typically early morning and late evening when cats are most naturally active as hunters. Has your cat ever brought a toy to the bowl after an extended play session specifically? Tell me in the comments. The fourth dimension involves social behavior and the specific relationship your cat has with you. And this is the layer most owners never consider. Some cats do not just cache toys in the water bowl. They cache them near you, on you, or in locations associated with you. And the water bowl behavior sometimes operates as a variant of this. Cats that bring prey to a bonded companion, whether another cat or a trusted human, are engaging in a behavior called provisioning. In wild cat social structures, individuals that share kills with bonded companions are reinforcing social bonds and demonstrating the status of the relationship. When your cat drops a toy in the water bowl and then comes to find you and vocalize, it may be doing something more than caching. It may be presenting the cached item to you as a social act, showing you where it put the prey, inviting you to acknowledge the hunt. Cats that do this and then watch your reaction with sustained attention are almost certainly operating in the provisioning framework rather than pure solitary caching. This connects directly to the gift-giving behavior documented in cats that bring dead prey to their owners. The water bowl behavior and the doorstep gift are versions of the same underlying instinct, just at different stages of the sequence. One is a cache presentation. One is a direct delivery. Both are your cat including you in its predatory social world. The fifth piece is the practical one, and it addresses something owners often wonder about without ever finding a clean answer. If your cat caches toys in the water bowl, the water becomes a hygiene concern faster than it otherwise would. Toys carry dust, floor debris, and over time, bacterial accumulation that transfers to the water. Cats are sensitive to water freshness in ways humans often underestimate. Research on feline drinking behavior has found that cats prefer moving water over still water and fresh water over water that has been sitting, which is part of why many cats are drawn to running taps and why cat water fountains are effective. 5 layers underneath something you have been treating as a punchline. The caching instinct that preserved wild kills and now applies unchanged to plastic mice. The water bowl as the most identifiable storage location in your cat's entire territory. The behavioral sequence that demands completion even when the prey is a toy and consumption is never going to happen. The social dimension that sometimes turns caching into provisioning and includes you in the hunt. And the practical water hygiene reality that the two behaviors create when they run in the same location. Your cat is not being strange. It is being exactly what it is. A predator running ancient software in a modern environment, completing sequences that kept its ancestors fed and safe and doing it with the tools available. A toy mouse and a water bowl, and the same instincts that have not changed in 10,000 years. The soggy toy is not a mystery. It is a small, wet window into exactly how your cat sees the world. If this finally explains something you have been finding in your water bowl for years, share it with someone whose cat does the same thing. And subscribe, because next week we are going into something that connects directly to this.